Hey everyone, I'm Noah. I'm a senior at Clark University, my final semester, and I have the pleasure for interning for Studio HPDC. What next? The spectators cheer me on in the corner of my mind in the hours when I try to rest my head. A senior who worked through the hurdles, the extra classes, chasing his passion, this desire to excel in a first place road race. All that I had worked on over the 4 years had led me to my knees to grow weak and my lungs to heave as I trudged towards my final destination of graduation this fall with one foot in front of the other. And now I was almost there, at the end of the line. But what next? Studio HPDC offered me a new perspective as well as a new work environment. I allowed myself to be a novice in the room and to ask questions, even when they seemed redundant. I had class for CFSI in downtown Boston, something I could only dream of a couple years prior. I asked questions, and they reaffirmed my passion for helping others, for leading, and for strengthening interpersonal skills. The only question I couldn't answer was, what next? So, I began sprinting towards answers. I would spend hours running along the Esplanade to see what could be promised. I applied to more jobs, rewriting more cover letters that stripped me of my personal voice. I would construct a promise, a future I could hold, only for me to circle right back to the start. Back to what next? I have always been a person with answers. People come to me for them, and now I was coming to myself for them as well. Resolute and final, black and white, right versus wrong. I had tied my shoes and done the training, and now it was time for the race. But I found myself not knowing the course, not knowing the pace of my own race I had worked so hard for. A result I could present to the world that I knew what I was doing in the form of a shining medal. What were the next steps I could take? What next? I am here today to say that I do not know what my next step is, in all humility. To say the phrase, "I do not know," in front of a crowd like this takes strength for me. But I realize the terrain I run is unknown and requires patience and perseverance to understand how my feet land. I have fluctuated, I have floundered, and I have fought for the perfect conclusion concocted in my mind as to where I would be when this semester ended. But life is not a race with a resolute finish line to what is next. We all struggle with this question to some degree. We all strive for the image portrayed by ourselves in society. We go to great lengths to ensure those around us can look and say, he's got his shit together. But the reality of this race is that it is indeed a marathon and not a sprint. I have run both such races many times, and now I must turn the timer off. I must run and see where the path and learn that the path is indefinite. And until we cross our own finish lines, I will face what is next with open arms until I break the ribbon, embracing the grace of uncertainty with one foot in front of the other.